Hello friends, welcome back to Jiku Diary's YouTube channel. Well, if Washington Sundar did it on the first day of this Pune test match, it was Mitchell Santner who took 7 wickets to dismiss India for 156 to help New Zealand get a vital 103 run first innings lead. That is definitely a match winning lead for New Zealand. Not even a match, not just a match winning lead, but it is also a series win on the cards for New Zealand for the first ever time since they have started to visit India for test series. This is going to be the first ever time that New Zealand has or is going to be defeating India in a test series. At stumps on day 2, New Zealand are very well on the driver's seat, 301 runs ahead with still half their team to be dismissed. They are going very well. Their captain Tom Latham played a very responsible knock using his feet and sweeping and reverse sweeping the Indian spinners to score 86 runs. Unfortunate that he missed out on a very well deserved century by just 14 runs. Well, the Indian batsmen, it all depended on the likes of overnight batsman Shubman Gill and Yashasvi Jaiswal and the kind of start that they gave India when play resumed on day 2 on Friday. But then the spinners, New Zealand spinners, Mitchell Santner, 7 wickets for 53 runs. Can you believe it? It is his first ever 5-wicket haul in tests. Rather, even his first ever 4-wicket haul in test cricket, coming after 28 test appearances. And it was the same Mitchell Santner who went for runs aplenty in the 2 tests in Sri Lanka in September. In Galle, when they lost 0-2 to Sri Lanka and the other spinners were taking wickets, Mitchell Santner went for 1 wicket and gave away runs aplenty. But then it didn't matter to Mitchell Santner because he and his team believed in bowling in partnerships, and that was what happened in Galle. And today, 7 wickets. He just said that it was just one of those days that he took 7 wickets. Of course, he was varying his pace, observing Washington Sundar do that on the first day on Thursday yesterday, and then he varied his pace, and he is one experienced bowler who has bowled in Indian conditions, who has played a lot in IPL and in the limited overs, that he knows how to bowl on these conditions. Mitchell Santner, and the way he dismissed Virat Kohli for very cheap, that was a beauty, a slower full toss that just dipped in, and Kohli played on the wrong line, played across the line and missed it to be clean bowled. Kohli and that dismissal, one could make out that he was not in the game. He is probably trying too hard to score runs. It has been quite a long time since he scored an international 100 and he is really under pressure. Virat Kohli dismissed the way he was earlier by Mitchell Santner earlier in the day. That is not the Kohli that we know of. Off-spinner Glenn Phillips did what Washington Sundar did yesterday to the left-handed batsman, removing Yashasvi Jaiswal with a typical off-spin delivery, taking the outside edge and being caught in the slip. And Rishabh Pant, he went for an extravagant shot, went for a pull, missed it and was clean bowled. So the New Zealand spinners took 9 wickets that fell in the Indian first innings today, and India did not show any application. They have the batsmen who could just grind out the opposition attack. Indians are known to be good players of spin bowling, but then going by the recent performances, it doesn't seem to be so. India, like the New Zealand commentator Simon Dool said on air, that it is no more that Indians are good players of spin bowling, and the performances, or rather the non-performances against the spin bowlers of the visiting countries, Simon Dool is probably right. How could you allow a visiting spinner to take 7 wickets and run through your innings? It only shows lack of application, lack of patience, the T20 mentality creeping into the Indian batsmen's minds that they are not able to play the waiting game. In the name of playing attacking cricket, they go for shots and lose wickets. That was what we have been seeing of late. We saw that in Bengaluru and we have seen it today. India 153 all out in their first innings to give New Zealand a 103-run lead, which was extended to 301 as the New Zealanders finished day 2 on 198 for 5. There again, it was Washington Sundar who took 4 wickets of the 5 New Zealand wickets to fall in the second innings to take a very well-deserved maiden 10-wicket haul in the match, and he is looking to go for more wickets when play resumes on Saturday, the third day. This certainly looks like a defeat for India. India have to be really grinding their way, bat out time to save this test match, which is highly unlikely. I don't see India save this test match, forget even winning it. Credit to the New Zealand bowlers for using the conditions, for adapting so very well that they are on the winning track. Virat Kohli dismissed for a single digit score. Shubman Gill, who got the start, but then he was looking to play for the turn, but the ball straightened to be out leg before wicket. Yesterday, after the end of the first day's play, assistant coach of New Zealand, Luke Ronchi, exactly spoke about this. This is the kind of pitch where if you're going to play for the turn, the straighter ones will catch you. Or if you're going to play for the straighter ones, you get out for the turn. So this exactly was what happened to Shubman Gill, and he floundered the good start that he got. Ravindra Jadeja later in the innings scored some runs, used his feet, but then for India to be bowled out for 153, it is just not acceptable. Credit, of course, goes to Mitchell Santner and the New Zealand bowlers, Glenn Phillips supporting him, and the rest of the bowlers, even though Ajaz Patel may not have taken any wicket, like Mitchell Santner told just a while ago in the post-match press conference, that it is all about bowling in partnerships. One guy takes wickets, the other contains runs, keeps the other in tight, which he was doing in Gaul by his own admission, while the others took wickets. It has happened today with Mitchell Santner getting 7 wickets, a career best in Test cricket, his maiden 5-wicket haul. Let's hope that India show some character in batting out this Test match, trying to save this and go into the third Test in Mumbai next week with the chance of leveling the series. But that is asking for the moon. But then New Zealand have got all things going their way, and of course they have adapted very well to the Indian conditions. Well, what day 3 has in store for the two teams? How much can New Zealand increase their lead by, or to how much can Indian bowlers, especially the spinners, restrict New Zealand so they have a target which they can think of even if not achieving, at least not lose all their 10 wickets and try to save this match. Do write in your views, write in your suggestions, write in your thoughts on what you felt about how this Test match went, how the Indian team batted, and see you again at the end of the third day's play. Take care, stay safe, bye-bye.